Hey everybody, this is Kweme with another video on another strat analysis. I apologize first and foremost for the lack of uploads, but I've been very busy with school and trying to get some things settled before I go further into my semester. But today we're going to be talking about something that's very different, but at the same time very familiar. So today we're going to be analyzing the A split, a type of strat that I do on pistol rounds as well as just gun rounds, and then we're going to be breaking down on what is good about it, and at the same time what was very bad about it. The strat was very successful, but there's a lot of things that could have went wrong that could have turned the tide against our favor. So I'm going to be talking about that in terms of miscommunication as well as well, yeah, one of the biggest parts was miscommunication as well as, well, not communicating at all. But so first I'm going to play the strat, then I'm going to go into detail how to perform the strat, and we're going to get settled and show off the, I guess, the good and bad of what happened. Okay.
I don't care. Hey, yo, ready record.
I'm recording. Yo, okay. Javier and Apple, you guys hold storage? No, Javier and Seth hold storage. We're gonna go A mid, and then to connector. Just hold it. When we get to connector, once we get to connector, we'll follow you guys.
Shut up. This is a win. We need to win this. You said hold storage, right? Tell us when to push.
Connector. Go.
Tell us when to push. A-long, going oil.
Got him.
Nice.
One guy oil. Plant the bomb. Flashing oil.
Bomb has been planted.
I'm kind of weak. Just hold. One guy oil. Don't pick that.
Don't tag them. He's cheating.
He flashed. Don't pick. I'm weak.
Ow! Excellent. I think he might, bro.
God, what was that, bro? Fucking Javier. So, looking at the strat yet again in slow motion, I'm gonna tell you how, if you didn't listen or if you didn't get a chance to rewind the strat and the call outs, the call was having 3 people A mid going into connector and kind of pinching the players who are, I'd say, A long, or whatever you want to call it, A main, as well as wagon, and working with the players in storage to, pinch those players, get into the bomb site, and attack from several angles. Now, the strat worked very well, but there was a lot of miscommunication and things that could have happened very wrong. As if you rewind, Apple's our teammate is ask us when to push. Now, I call out someone in connector very late, but that's not where the mistake lies. The mistake lies where Weddy pushes up alone without telling us anything. At this time, Weddy could have gotten tapped, and the push, as you see in the radar, from storage comes in just a little late. I was very fortunate to get those headshots, but at the same time, as you see, I'm 1 HP. Weddy could have got headshot. I can't speak on Apple's side on what was happening, but that definitely could have been a very bad situation where now we're kind of forced to play a 5v4 situation in favor of the CT side. So I'm going to rewind it back and see what and tell you what we could have done better. So replaying this in super slow motion and 25%, slow motion, whatever the option gives us. I think one of the biggest things, or the biggest mistakes, was Weddy actually pushing up farther than he actually should. Because look at the spacing between the player to my left, myself, and Weddy. There's no one to get the trade frag, or a better chance of getting a trade frag would be for me to actually be by his shoulder, or maybe 2 steps behind him, but he makes the push without even calling it out. And that allows, if he were to die, it would allow them to reposition, as well as there was no communication with the players in storage, as that was a very important role in the whole strat, was pinching the player's storage, and it was just so miscommunicated that I don't know if my teammate wanted to get greedy, or but it's better to play as a team, so the trade frags are more, or you have a better chance of getting a trade frag. It's more insured. So I think the main thing to take from all of this is make sure you communicate. The ancient fragger is not supposed to have the craziest stats in terms of kills. The ancient fragger is most likely there to get the kill, and then if someone is killed, if they are killed, is they're they're there to be trade frag. But to insert a better percentage at trade fragging, make sure that everyone's on the same page. Again, at this position, Weddy was way too far for me to get the trade frag. It happened very lucky. I'm facing two players right here, right now. But if this was a gun round, I'd most likely be dead, and the strat would just fail. At the same time, the players in storage couldn't help us out if that was the case. Maybe they could have, again, if this was a gun round, it would have been different. And just making sure that everyone's on the same page, so I could have asserted the call for the players in storage. Maybe to throw a flash, so the players, and Spindle and Oil or Tower, um, could back off during the whole execute. But it worked out fine, it worked out well. Just make sure everyone's on the same page, and especially make sure that your trade fragger's on the same page. Just because you call that you're pushing up doesn't mean anything. You got to make sure that everyone is ready and on the same page for you to do the entire strat. So that is all. Make sure that you like, share, and subscribe, and stay tuned. Thanks.